So, I had the most amazing thing happen today. My wife, who is not a morning person, woke up with the biggest smile on her face, and I put it there. The amazing thing is I drew that whole thing on there without waking her up. Have you ever woke up all hungover, can't remember much about the night before, missing an eyebrow, big dick drawn on your face?
Yes.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. The weird thing is I was drinking at home, alone.
Yes.
That was a wild night. I recently lost my mood ring. I'm still not sure how I feel about that. I do know that I'm a little pissed off tonight because on the way here some asshole cut us off. And then when we get here, that same asshole is parked in my favorite spot. And then, when we get out of the car, his stupid car got paint all over my car key. That joke always takes a little time to settle in. I come from a different generation than most of you. I'm not into shaving all my body hair off. But I have come to the conclusion I need to do a little bit of manscaping. My wife has started having this reoccurring nightmare that Pinocchio has joined the Taliban, kidnapped her, and now he's torturing her by trying to poke her in the face with his nose. I think what I'm going to do is shave my pubes into like a little landing strip. That way, when I get a boner, it looks like my dick is casting a shadow. I'm thinking it might make it look bigger. Or it could backfire and look like a piece of rice stuck in a soul patch. You know, the weather's starting to change, so chapped lip season is here. I have a little tip for you. Next time you get chapped lips, stick your finger in a cat's ass and then rub your lips. It doesn't cure the chapped lips, but it keeps you from licking your lips, which makes it worse. If it does not stop you from licking your lips, you're fucking gross. I recently passed the 1-year anniversary marking my return to stand-up. I started in the 80s, but I passed on my comedy career to pursue a music career, which I rapidly gave up for a 2-year meth addiction, so that worked out real well. I gave it another go in the 90s. I opened for Rodney Carrington a few times, but I chose to be an active part of my children's lives over stand-up. And I rapidly chose another 2-year meth addiction over my kids, so that worked out real well. One person applied. That's pretty cool. I've never had that happen. Somebody applaud for meth. It's a good night. I also recently found out that I'm fixing to be a grandpa. Thank you. I'm very excited. Not just because it's the first grandchild, but because now I get to start saying all that weird old grandpa shit. For instance, my next door neighbor is a 78-year-old retired sergeant major who's got a whole mess of grandkids. The other morning, he was in his yard, looked like he was having a little trouble, so I walked over and said, "Do you need some help?" And he didn't respond, so I thought maybe he didn't hear me, so I stepped a little closer and said, "I know a faster, easier way to do that." And he looked at me and kind of growled and goes, "I'm fucking this pig, you just hold its head." For the record, he was not fucking a pig. I wouldn't have offered to help him. The only thing I know about fucking pigs, I learned from the movie The Deliverance, and I have to think it's a little different than some hillbilly butt-fucking Ned Beatty. Are there any Trekkies here?
Yes.
Yes? I don't know how that franchise became so successful. It was one long fail. The mission statement for the crew of the Enterprise was to boldly go where no man has ever gone before. But everywhere they went, there was already people living there. Captain Kirk was kind of like a futuristic Christopher Columbus. I'm fixing to go. I was going to do my normal closer, but my wife pointed out that this stage is too small, and as big as my head is, I would knock over the 3 front tables and rip down the fucking curtains. So, I'm going to leave you with this. I want to die like my grandpa did, peacefully in my sleep. Not screaming and carrying on like all the other bitches in the car he was driving. I am Bob Sixx. That is my time. Peace.